You got to hand it to these people. They play for keeps. Ethics and truth be damned. They couldn't risk any negative story on Biden getting any traction in October. They lied, and they covered it up. They maligned real reporters who were actually doing their jobs. And they left American voters in the dark to protect their feeble candidate. And now they expect us to see them as a check on the Biden administration? I think we need a fact check. And that's the angle. Joining me now is Dinesh D'Souza, conservative commentator, filmmaker. His films, Trump Card and Infidel, are both available on demand. Also, Dave Rubin, host of The Rubin Report and author of Don't Burn This Book. Dinesh, a question no one seems to be asking is this. Why are the media suddenly comfortable at least doing cursory reporting on the Biden family?
The reason is that from the media's point of view, there are two agendas at work. And they actually move in opposite directions. The first agenda, you can call it the Biden Move-In program. And the second agenda is the Biden Move-Out program. So the Biden Move-In program was, let's get Biden into the White House. And so before the election, no coverage of the Biden scandal, even though clearly this wasn't just about Hunter Biden. It involved other members of the Biden family. The commodity being sold was political access that came from Joe Biden himself. But the media wanted to make sure that Biden got across the finish line, so let's cover that one up. But now that they think Biden has already gotten over the finish line, it's now time to sort of wound Biden, because their real goal was never Biden himself. Biden was the useful idiot. They're actually, I think, setting up for Kamala Harris. So it's almost as if even before Biden gets into the Oval Office, it's time to start setting his move-out date.
Dave, are they showing Biden the door before he's inaugurated? Can that actually be true? I mean, I personally think they're never going to try to hold him in check. But it's an interesting theory, proposition.
It's an interesting theory for sure, and Dinesh definitely has some interesting theories. I mean, look, Nancy Pelosi was talking about the 25th Amendment weeks before the election, so the idea that they're trying to really usher in Kamala is possible. But on this specifically, I was thinking as you did your intro there, I think for now on, when you play clips of CNN and MSNBC people, can you guys put a laugh track in after they say things? Because these people are absolutely ridiculous. But the part of this that I want to focus on is not the sudden announcements that maybe there's something there. It's the part that you hit on slightly, which is that they ignore the things that go against the narrative. The idea that people didn't know about Hunter's laptop before the election is crazy. You know who knew about it? We all knew about it. Everyone that is right-leaning, for those of us that are creatures of the internet and YouTube and Twitter, we all knew about this, but the more they ignore it, I mean, this is a type of fake news. People think that fake news is simply, the headline doesn't match the story, or it's a complete fabrication. But I would argue that the most nefarious, the most dangerous type of fake news is when something doesn't fit the narrative, so they don't cover it. And I'm finding that the more that the media won't cover something, the more I'm going, oh yeah, there's probably something there.
Well, until, Dinesh, we have major media platforms, social media companies that refuse to post original reporting. And who knows, given what's going on at Facebook and YouTube, who knows whether we're going to be able to get information, at least on those big platforms that Dave was referencing.
We now find that the mainstream media and social media kind of works in tandem. In fact, very often it's mainstream media that tips off social media to go ahead and restrict this guy and ban that guy. So the media has weirdly become an instrument not of free speech, but of the repression of speech. What I find so strange about this is that this is all occurring in a supposedly free market. I mean, in socialist countries, the state controls the media. But here we have thousands of journalists, hundreds of media organizations. So try to think, why wasn't there one enterprising reporter at the Sacramento Bee or Channel 4 in Chicago who said, listen, all my buddies don't want to cover the Biden scandal. I will. I'll become famous by doing it. But even that guy knew that if he did it, his career would be ruined. So think of the regime of conformity that has been, in a sense, implemented across a wide swath of media organizations. It's a very chilling thought when you really think about it.